Welcome back to the Joe Schmidt and Jack Swarbrick Show. Our next guest is the captain of the red-hot Irish women's golf team who earned all ACC honors last year. Talia Campbell currently ranks second in program history with a per-round stroke average of 74.44 and is coming off a career record-tying 66 at the University of Nebraska's Chip and Club Invitational last weekend. 4 Irish golfers finished in the top 5 as Notre Dame won the tournament by a staggering 30 strokes, their second tournament victory in 3 tries this fall. Off the course, Talia is pursuing a degree in finance in the Mendoza College of Business, where she maintains a 3.554 GPA. Talia is also a team representative on Notre Dame Student Athlete Advisory Council and is also participating in the Rosenthal Leadership Academy during this academic year. Clearly, there is a lot for Jack and Joe to talk about with Talia.
Welcome. A 66. You know, I can identify with that because that's often about where my 9-hole score is.
I was going to say.
Were you in a zone? I mean, how did that feel? Have you done that frequently in your career?
No, I guess sometimes a blind squirrel finds an acorn. That was kind of the theme of my round.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
It seems like you're playing some of the best golf in Irish history right now.
I'd say I'm probably playing some of the best golf of my career, so I guess I have, about 9 more months to keep it up? We'll see how that goes.
So everything contributes when you shoot a 66, right? But what were the key ingredients to that round? Were you holing out from 40 feet, or what was going on?
I think my putting was a lot better. I was kind of seeing that blue line like you see on TV, trying to roll it in. So I think that was the biggest difference maker for me.
It's fascinating, really, with the way you're playing right now, and really, I guess the whole team's playing. Mm-hmm. I just talked to your head coach in the hallway, and she told me that for the last 2 summers, you haven't played competitive golf, and that's amazing to me. If I spent 2 summers not playing football, I would be awful. So how have you maintained your form throughout, working, and maybe give us a little bit of insight into that?
Yeah, so I guess after my sophomore year, I studied abroad in Ireland through the Notre Dame program. That was a lot of fun. Didn't bring my clubs. It was a nice break coming off a rough sophomore season. And then last summer, I did investment banking in New York. That was a whole nother animal, definitely pushing close to 100-hour weeks. But I think just having that time crunch, getting together with my instructor, and really hitting the ground running once I did get a chance to get back into golf, I think that kind of ignited my passion too and helped me to reevaluate the parts of my game that I need to spend more time on when I'm at school and kind of what to double down on. So I think that's been a big help.
I got to tell you, it reflects sort of a philosophical view I have about sports generally today. I think young people start so young and concentrate so narrowly on one sport that breaks are good because, you've been playing it for so long. We've gotten away from the 3-sport athlete, and so I'm not surprised that you come off a break, 2 breaks, playing as well as you have. Most people don't think of this as a golf capital of the world. The few months of the year where the weather isn't necessarily conducive to golf. Well, maybe 60 days, right, Joe? That's all.
Get out there.
Yeah. So how do you deal with that? How do you, especially because the big part of your season's in the spring, what do you do to get yourself ready to compete against folks who are in climates where they can go out all year long?
Well, fortunately, we have one of the best indoor golf facilities in the country, so I think without that, we wouldn't have a chance to stay competitive. It can get pretty repetitive indoors, doing all the same kind of putts and hitting off of mats, but we've been really fortunate in the past 2 years to be able to go on a spring training trip right before our spring season starts, get used to hitting off of grass again, get those chunks, get those thin shots out of the way, so I think without the resources that Notre Dame provided us, we wouldn't stand a chance.
Yeah, Notre Dame and Jack here, so we got to continue to thank him so we keep having these things. So you talked about a trip to Ireland that you went on. I know the team went to Ireland too, right?
Yeah, we did. The same summer, actually. So I was over there twice.
No way.
Yeah, it was definitely different. All studying the first time, and then the second time, when we went over with some friends of the program, we had an absolute blast. We would play golf during the day, explore the town, kind of get to know the locals at night. nap on the bus the next morning and do it all again. So it was a lot of fun being able to interact with all of the alumni, the donors, and just to bond with your teammates abroad in a new country.
And it sounds like you've done that a couple times, and then I was really jealous. I had a great conversation with your coach. She said you guys got to play Augusta as well.
We did.
So you guys are just doing the greatest thing ever. Our women's golf team has quite possibly the most awesome experience.
I know. Lots of fun facts to get out of that for those first days of classes.
I know, right? Tell us about Augusta.
That was probably one of the highlights of my career here. I mean, freshman year, no other program in the country is doing this, and we're going to play Augusta right before the Masters. So watching it on TV, here we are with the men's team saying we parred that hole or we birdied that hole. I was in the rough there, so it's been a lot of fun.
Oh my God.
I got to ask you, favorite Irish golf course of the ones you played?
Definitely Old Head. I probably took hundreds of pictures.
Yeah, you can't play golf there. You're just taking pictures. I'm not much of a golfer, and my game reflects it. But forget the golf course. That's maybe the most beautiful piece of real estate in the country. The entire course is surrounded by ocean.
Oh wow!
I mean, it's and every vista is spectacular. It's a very special place to play.
I think I was squatting down trying to get artsy pictures instead of reading my putts. So
exactly.
It was a lot of fun.
Everyone does that there.
Yeah.
It's a nature course. You're obviously having great success in school, and with the internship you've had and the courses you're taking, a great future in business ahead of you. But you've also been very involved in the Student Athlete Advisory Council while you were here. Tell us a little bit about what you've done with it and some of the things that SAC does.
Yeah, well, I think that SAC has probably been, and Rosenthal, it's been two of my favorite things to do as a student athlete, just because I feel like their initiatives really epitomize the student athlete experience at Notre Dame, where you're able to be successful on the field and develop transferable skills for life in the classroom and with your teammates. So I love how being in this organization, you're able to build a community and build camaraderie amongst the student athletes, and you're also able to kind of learn about yourself. With SAC, I guess we have the 5 C's: camaraderie, community, character, career communication. So I've been trying to get the freshmen and the younger people on the team enthusiastic about that, just so they can find balance outside of golf too. And with Rosenthal, they definitely ask some tough questions, make you dig deep so you can break down those barriers. And I think that's given me a vulnerability that's helped me to be more relatable to my teammates.
Yeah, we had Catherine McManus on your last week, and she kind of went into those 5 C's. So it's great to hear that the message is being relayed across all fronts. So that's really interesting. I see I knew you're from Dallas, and I heard that you actually went to the same swing coach as another maybe slightly more notable, maybe slightly less notable Under Armour athlete than you, Jordan Spieth.
That is true.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
maybe one day I'll beat him.
Did you play with him growing up a little bit? Because we're about the same age.
Yeah, I did. So I actually went to grade school with him, and then we played at the same golf club. So he's actually the one who told me I need to go see Cameron McCormick. Like, he's gonna get your game better, and he's gonna help you get to Notre Dame. So I definitely know him well, and it's so exciting to see him do well, especially being an Under Armour athlete.
Yeah, it's really incredible to see the success he's had, and it's got to be fun.
And I think he's just a great representative for the game of golf too.
Yeah, he is. Boy, has he re-energized the game.
Yeah.
It's great to have those 4 guys, Ricky Fowler too, Day, Rory. I mean, that's great for the game of golf.
Yeah, it's nice seeing the little kids running around in their Under Armour shirts and their Jordan Spieth hats now.
Yeah. So look forward for us to this season. What are going to be sort of the key milestones for you, the big tournaments? How does the season work? Last year we hosted the NCAAs, which was great. Look forward for us.
Well, I guess just finishing out the fall season, we travel to Louisville coming up. It's kind of the first half of fall break. And then we go to Wilmington, North Carolina, which I would say is probably the hardest tournament that we'll play this fall, maybe even this year, because there are so many ranked teams in the field, and we have a really good chance to pick up some wins. I mean, I think we're all playing really well right now coming off that Nebraska win, so hopefully we can keep our foot on the gas and keep plugging away and finish the fall with a good ranking. reevaluate some things going into the spring and start peaking at the right time come regionals.
Well, I have no doubt you will. We're really excited about where the program is, and I think, a lot of that is due to the leadership you're providing. I know some young talent has been added and will continue to come, but program's in great shape, and thanks for all you're doing to help get it there, but also to represent Notre Dame athletics across the board so well. Thank you.
Thank you.
And thanks for joining us today. It was
Thank
really
you for
a pleasure
having
to
me
have you
today.
on.
It was fun.
We'll be back in a minute.